Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here then hi! I have these moulds and I put some leftover resin in them. Didn't fill them to the top because I thought, I don't know what to do with these. But then I thought, well, maybe if you've got them, you don't know either. Thank you to my members, my subscribers, my watchers, my likers, my commenters, everybody that supports me on this channel. You are hugely appreciated. So, I have 6 of these, so I'm going to do 6 different ways of decorating them. This first one is using acrylic pens, just ordinary acrylic pens, and doing a little doodle inside, just to see if it works. Now, the yellow doesn't show up very well on this sort of background, the coloured background. If it was white, it would have shown up a lot better. But I thought, I've been doing trees a lot lately, so why not stick a tree on it and do something a little spooky? Well, I like Halloween, and Halloween's not long away. I can't wait. Love it. Now, I'm putting on one layer, and then I'm going to cure it with my UV light, going around the edges just to make sure it's all filled. And I'll use a long lighter to get rid of any bubbles. You can use alcohol, but I wouldn't recommend it. It can make your UV a little bit meh. So now I'm going in with a second layer of acrylic paint, and I'm using the white to give highlights, as though the sun, which is not the sun, duh, it's the moon, is lighting up the world around it. The moon is yellow. I really should have just done it white, and I've only just realised that. So now I'm taking it out of the mould, and I'm going to give it a top coat. Hindsight, I could have just left it in the mould. Could have, and then done a top coat and made it bevel above the line. It wouldn't have fallen off if I didn't use too much resin, because of the, oh, there is a word. I can't remember what the word is. Oh no, brain gone. Anyway, I was showing you the light across it to try and make sure I got the whole thing. I still didn't see some of the edge had not quite filled in. So now these flowers, I was sent them by resiners, and I haven't used them yet because basically I forgot where I put them. I'd put them that safe that Safe didn't know where safe was, never mind where the flowers were. So I've decided to use some of these flowers in this one. Just ordinary dried flowers. And you must make sure if you're putting flowers in they are dry, because you don't want any bubbles forming. And I really like this flower, so I cut it down to size and then realised it was still a bit too big. So I took off the bit that was too much. And now I'm going to go around it again, making sure there's no bubbles, and it's all nicely in there. And I'm going to put my flowers in and make sure they go under the resin and it's fully coated. If you have to take it out and put it back in again, that is totally fine. It also helps that the flower is completely coated in resin. So for some reason I decided to put these crystals in, even though it was a glittery background. You can't see them, so ignore that bit. Did I say these were from the stash that Tracy sent me? Do you remember a while back I did some Temu haul video, and it had got what I thought was this size pendant shapes, but with crystals inside? Yeah, they were a lot bigger, which is highly unlike for Temu. Usually everything comes a lot smaller. But this is the size I assumed they were going to be. So these were ideal. I love these shapes. Now I am using my nail file nail thing, electric nail thing, to file off this great big bubble. I accidentally dropped the UV light over the top, and usually I like to hover with my light. Getting too close, too hot can make it bubble, and that's exactly what happened. So this is brilliant. Just whizzle off all the excess resin and go around the edges and just make sure it's all nice and smooth. Now I do have trouble with my fingers not being able to feel. Some days I can, some days, but most days it's absolutely horrendous and I can't feel anything. The amount of burns I've had with cooking when I've not realised I've touched something and then I find the burn later. Ugh, crackers. But anyway, this is filing it all down nice and smooth, and I'll clean up all the mess, and really should wear a mask when you're doing this. Again, I don't, but I am in a very well ventilated room and I have the fan on at all times because, one, I am having my own summer mental pause, so I need the fan on, and two, because it gets rid of the dust away from your face. I have a mouse, but the mouse is too big for this sort of thing. This is ideal for tiny stuff. I didn't realise I've actually got this till I went looking through all my nail stuff. Bearing in mind I don't actually do my nails, but I've still got stuff. I forgot I got this, so it's coming quite handy. I'm giving it a bit of a clean, take off all the debris, and making a hole because I've gone straight through with the resin anyway, and just widening that hole because it's too small to get anything in. Now these pendant shapes, you can either have them as pendants, you can make them into keychains, you can make them into bag charms, you can do all sorts of these, or add them to things. Ooh, now there's an idea. I have a spare one of these. I wonder. Sorry, my brain's whirring. Now, I've done another top coat and I really don't like this one. I've made a mess of this one. But the flowers are in there brilliant, and there's only, one bubble in there that I hadn't noticed. So, total user error. So on to the next one, which is my favourite shape, the dog tag. I love this one. And in this one, I've got these little crystals, stones, coloured stones, I think. And I thought, let's make a pattern. I mean, it's already glittery to start with, and these stones are quite sparkly. So I do some stripes just with the stones. And this is number 3, did I say? Yes. Possibilities are endless with resin. You can put absolutely all sorts in. And I like experiment with stuff that you've got in your drawer at home or in your box of crafts. Just have a look. I'm having to pat these all down just to get rid of any bubbles, because adding stuff to resin can cause bubbles. And I really like this one. That colour. It's like a silvery white. I mean, it depends on what light hits it. And these are just cheap things from Temu. I think they're about 87p, I think. So I left it in this time to do my top coat, and I think it worked out better. So yes, I shall be keeping my pendants in the moulds in future, but I have over poured just a tiny bit. So again, in with the drill. This was from Lidl. Lidl, yeah. I could have done with getting a bigger drill bit. I used this one because I needed to swap it for another project. In fact, you probably saw me doing that one. Because I needed a finer drill bit. And I forgot to swap them back. So I do make a bit of a boo-boo. But if you make them into pendants, you can use those pincer things. Oh, no. Not pincer things. Bales? Pinch bales? I think that might be more likely to be the words I'm looking for. Yeah. And you can hide that. Now this is a piece of material. It's quite sturdy, quite strong. Got a little bit of glitter on it. I thought, well, we'll put some material in and see how that goes. And then because it looks like a spider web, I thought, oh, this is screaming spider me. So yeah, I went through my stash of metal bits and found a very nice spider. Now, coat of UV resin in first, then your material. Squish it all in, make sure it's nice and soaked to get rid of any bubbles. And then I cut off the tops where the spider would fit onto a chain, and then put it inside the pendant after I'd given it a quick torch with my long neck lighter to get rid of any bubbles, and it just fit in perfectly. Now I'm not going to top coat this one because I like the texture of it having the resin and then the metal, so you can play with it. A bit like a sensory thing that you could wear around your neck. Or, like I said, you can make a key fob, bag charm, things like that. And I've just put a little ring of silver around the edge. Then I thought, should I really put some more resin on? Just to seal that silver in. And I thought, no, I quite like it like that. I like the texture of it. So I have left the silver on, and it is a good pen, so it should stay on. This is me making boo-boos, making it too thick. So you just wipe it off. As soon as you put it down, if it's not right, quickly wipe it off, and it's fine. If you can't get it off, then use alcohol, isopropyl, Re-Q-tip. Does brilliant. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're on number 5. And this is a shield. Now, I've had these since Christmas. Bet you can't guess what they are. They're Bappers. Yeah. There's a little hint. Terry's chocolate orange wrappers. Now the green one was mint. Oh my god, that's nice. Chocolate mint chocolate, yum. So good. And I thought, okay, let's just make a little mini shield then. So I'm using green and orange just to give it a bit of a stripe and leave the glitter behind. So we've got 4 stripes, and I like these colours together. Very spooky wooky, very autumny and Halloweeny at the same time. So I could, in theory, put a ghost on there, or candy corn, or some leaves, anything like that, and it'd look good. So yes, stash of foil from chocolate. Num num. Oh, I want chocolate now. Oh, that's not fair. There's none in the house. It's too late to go and get some. Yeah. So, I also put a little silver strip in, and that's just by turning it over. Now, I wish I hadn't written round the edge with silver on this one, because I think it distracts. I like the orange and the green as it is. So, number 6. And this is that tape stuff, paper tape. There is a name for that paper tape. And I forgot what that name is. Oh, it might come to me, it might not. So I kind of fussy cut around some of the Mermaid scales. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I like this one. I think if I'd have put a stripe across the middle or something like that, it would have been better. Or a different pattern. But yeah, the paper tape works too. Now, I do cut out 2 extra scales. I had to remember what that were then. You'll have to excuse me, my voice is going again. So I stuck that down well, and I put some resin on. Made sure it was all nicely to the edges, no bubbles. And now I'm just going to cut 2 scales, and I will then top coat it. But before I top coat it, I'm going to put on a shell. Not a shell, a starfish. That's the word I'm looking for. So, what would you do with these? Is there anything you'd like to see me do in them in the future? Because these are now my new favourite moulds. I like these. These are exactly the ones I'm after. So, the little starfish, you can just feel it, which I like. I like that. Let me know which one's your favourite, which one you would like to do yourself, if there's any others you would like to see me do. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being here. Bye bye.